Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. And is it just me, or is there simultaneously not enough and too much to do in Marvel Future Fight day to day? Now I say that in a weird way because it doesn't make any sense, right? There's simultaneously too much to do in the game every day and not enough to do in the game every day. But it sort of makes sense when you think about the fact that we still want game mode reworks. Like we're still waiting for huge game mode reworks to really important content like PvP, right? Timeline battle and Alliance Conquest. But a lot of players who are waiting for those reworks, like myself, I don't even play Conquest. So what's gonna happen, right? I'm completely ignoring Alliance Conquest right now. I have literally not set foot, sorry to my Alliance mates, I have literally not set foot in Alliance Conquest in months, right? So, and I play the game a lot. I play the game like 3-4 hours a day. I know some of you guys don't have that much time to, most of you guys don't have that much time to play the game, but what's gonna happen when they rework those game modes, and hopefully, optimistically, they do a good job, right? Hopefully they do a good job on Conquest, and I want to play it, and I play it every day or every other day, and they do a good job with Timeline Battle. I mean, I already play Timeline Battle, but what if they increase the number of entries or whatever? It seems to me that it's sort of at the point where we're asking for more content, but the game is pretty full of content. It's just that not all of the content has the same sort of rewarding factor involved in it. So I've made this type of prediction video before where I sort of speculated on game modes that could be getting the axe because they just don't do anything and they just sort of suck up your time. And the timeline battle and the conquest changes are not even the full extent of it. They're supposed to be changing world boss. They've talked about adding new world bosses and potentially increasing the number of daily entries, which would increase the amount of time you have to spend playing the game. You also have any future legendary battles. You also have future story mode chapters with their own alternate ultimate modes, which could have daily fragment farming. So there's actually still a lot of content, right? We're still asking for more GBR bosses. So for those of you that are just skipping any of the days that have Master Mold, you wouldn't skip them anymore if we got like a Null boss or Kang or, you know, Molecule Man. Like there's still so much, right? And that's great. The game still has a lot of room. It has a lot of legs, and it's got a lot of leg room to grow and to be even better than it is now. But on the flip side, where are we supposed to get all the time to play all those game modes when we're already, I mean, I may be speaking for myself, but I already feel the crunch of having too many things to do in the game. And I figure that if I have that feeling, then a lot of you guys have that feeling because, like I said, you don't have as much time to dedicate to the game every day as I do. So I do think that some game modes are going to be getting the axe, and I think that it makes total sense to do that. Now, as much as I would like to say that Heroic Quest is going to get the axe, it's really not going to get the axe. Because, and I don't want to do this for every game mode that's not going to get the axe, like obviously World Boss is never going to be deleted or destroyed, or reduced to atoms. But, you know, Heroic Quest is not really a game mode. It's just something that you activate and then you do other game modes. It's like a pair of glasses. It doesn't actually give you new eyes. It just sort of changes the way that you see things. But yeah, it's a pretty bad analogy, but yeah, Heroic Quest is honestly not going to be going anywhere. None of these game modes are going to be going anywhere either. None of these game modes are going to be going anywhere either. The only one really that you could cut out is Alliance Tournament. The reason why you could cut out Alliance Tournament is because it only affects a handful of teams. It's like 16 times 40. What is that? 480 teams. Or, sorry, teams. 640 players. So it affects less than 1,000 players. So it's a very, very small subset of players. But we know those 640 players are among the biggest whales in the game. So they're never gonna, as much as it would be easy to cut that game mode out, it simultaneously doesn't service that many players. So the majority of the player base just never has to worry about it. And it also just makes them way too much money. So really, if none of the game modes can be axed over here, in my opinion, it really just comes down to co-op. It really just does come down to co-op. And I actually do think co-op has the highest likelihood of having multiple game modes axed. So let's explain. I'll just explain my reasoning, my thinking here. Co-op play, first of all, is by far the weirdest, most bizarre game mode. You get really good rewards, and the rewards scale with how much you've spent in the game. So again, it's a mode that rewards whales way too much, so they can't get rid of the rewards because it would be a riot and they would lose so many whale players. But at the same time, it's completely useless. The game mode is nonsensical. You load into a map, you one-shot the boss, you load out, you load back into another map. There's got back-to-back loading screens in between a like 2-second one-shot. It's worse than World Boss Invasion. World Boss Invasion has requirements. The bosses change every day. You know, you have these boxes that you can open on timers. Co-op is just a mess. So yeah, I've been saying this for a long time, but I really feel like co-op should get the axe. Co-op doesn't take very long. The frustrating thing about co-op is it doesn't take very long, and the other thing is you just set it on repeat as long as you have enough clear tickets, right? You just set it on repeat, and then you just put your phone down and do something else. And that's what I do. I put my phone down and I play a different game. But if you think about it, as handy as that is, if they just got rid of that, then you just wouldn't have to do that part of the day in terms of those tasks. So all they need to do, it's really simple. Just they're going to kill co-op, and they're going to take the co-op rewards and the co-op reward scheme for the VIP level, and they're going to put it somewhere else. That's all they have to do. And they can just put it in timeline battle. They can put it in you know, they can put it anywhere. I mean, they can't really put it anywhere because they want to put it somewhere that you're going to be playing that game mode every day anyways. So maybe they'll put it in dimension missions as part of your acquisition rewards. These rewards here. Maybe they'll put it in heroic quest as just sort of like a passive thing, even if you're not activating a heroic quest. Just by doing a certain number of daily tasks, you'll automatically get co-op rewards. Like co-op rewards, they should just look at your, for example, they should just look at your content status board, and every time you complete one daily task like Doomsday or World Boss or legendary battle, whatever it is, you complete one, you get one co-op reward. So you only have to complete 5 game modes. You're not really completing them, whatever. You just turn them from blue to purple. You change their color and you get a co-op reward. It's really that simple. I don't know, like, you know, like for example, Alliance Raid was so bad, right? So what did they do? They took the Alliance Raid rewards and they just put it into a chest. And now you just press a button and you get the Alliance Raid rewards. You don't have to play Alliance Raid anymore because that game mode was garbage and it was a complete waste of time. You would zone in, you would one-shot the stupid boss, and then you'd be like, okay, this was boring and weird. I'm going to go do something else now. And then you'd go play game modes that are actually fun. So that's what they need to do. They need to just take the co-op rewards and fold them into a chest, or I guess a series of 5 chests because there's 5 co-op rewards. It's a bit messy, I'm not going to lie. Co-op is a bit of a messy game mode, and whenever you take that many rewards, you're talking like, you know, anywhere from 2 to 5 million gold a day. You could be getting mythic comic cards or legendary comic cards, obelisks, ISO, booster ISO. Like, there's a lot of good rewards. Whenever you take that many rewards and you mess with it or you move it around, it's gonna make players panic. But they have to address this because this game mode is just a huge time suck. And then the other game mode here in co-op that I honestly think could get the axe is World Event. No offense to people that like World Event, but most players don't like World Event. Now, World Event is nice. World Event is nice in the sense that you don't really, I mean, you don't have to play World Event, so it actually just skip World Event all the time. I just ignore it. And you can also test characters that you never played before in World Event, but it just takes too much time. It takes too much time to play, and the rewards just don't add up, and it's just not a game mode that has a future because you're not playing with your own characters. So there's never going to be, you're never going to build characters for World Event. You're never going to progress towards World Event or, you know, things like that. You can practice, it's like a practice mode, but yeah, the fact that it rotates on an hourly, like it rotates on a 4-hour schedule or a 6-hour schedule is bizarre for a practice mode. I mean, it doesn't really, now that I think about it, it doesn't really make much of a difference to Axe World Event the way that it does to Axe Co-op, because everyone plays co-op. But I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Maybe I'm wrong, right? I was supposed to put this earlier on in the video, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the game doesn't have too much to do. Maybe you just don't, maybe you guys are just not doing everything in the game, and so you don't feel that way. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you feel like there is too much to do in the game, or if you think there's not enough to do in the game. I mean, there isn't enough to do in the game because we skip bad game modes. So that I know is true already, right? Like, for example, I want to play Conquest, right? I know some of you guys completely ignore Alliance Battle and Conquest. Some of you guys ignore Timeline because you're getting 40 or 50 crystals a week anyways, which is meaningless. And you're getting, you know, you have to face triple tier 3 teams, and it's just ridiculous. And so I know some of you guys skip other game modes. Some of you guys don't play Squad Battle seriously, or you just auto play it. But Squad Battle's not going anywhere because of how rare the resources that are there are. So yeah, maybe you don't feel like the game has too many too many bad game modes that need to be, or any bad game modes that need to be axed. Maybe you just need more added. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I really think they should get rid of co-op. I don't know what else they could do. I guess if they made a way, I guess they could do a quality of life change. That is something that they could do. Instead of having us go in quest by quest, right? Go in here and clear ticket, right? Go back out, go in here, clear ticket, right? Instead of having us do that, if there was a way to just one shot, just like, you know, highlight and select all of these game modes, like if I could just press and hold Mutual Enemy, Beginning of Chaos, Twisted World, Doomsday, Fault, Fate of the Universe, and then do you want a clear ticket? Yep, and then just clear tickets everything in one shot, and it shows me all of the rewards. Again, that would only save me like a couple of minutes. So yeah, I don't know. This one's a little bit trickier now that I think about it. It's always been a bit tricky, but I think the game is at a point. It's interesting where we're still waiting on multiple game mode changes and multiple game mode reworks, but at the same time, there's not really enough time for most players to do everything in a day anyways. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you would axe. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.